At Young and Richmond right now. As you just heard in Fiza's story, what started off earlier in the day has continued well into the evening now. The two rallies have come face to face at Young and Richmond. Again, they are marching north. You can see that police have created
because we
in the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer, you get out, you break your power, you get off this.
Christians, the flock of God. Now, I respect Christians and the lengths they go to spread their love. And I've honestly never really had any problems with religious fanatics. You know, the types of people that stand outside your local oddities screaming about how the key to salvation is eating your daily piece of holy bread. Or when Aunt Stacy makes me watch VeggieTales during road trips. I love VeggieTales. No, not you. Basically, one of these situations works perfectly in educating a young, naive child on the Catholic faith, and the other, well, not so much. Can you guess which one? Of course, it's VeggieTales. The program is not only entertaining, you can tell they put their heart and soul into making fun stories. They properly inform kids on faith and the world around them. However, you know who isn't? This guy. Ask John the Revelator is a YouTube channel in which three puppets, the Apostle John, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and the mange-infected Winnie the Pooh, alright, kind of renamed the last two, discuss questions submitted by viewers. Their more popular videos have gotten backlash for covering more sensitive topics. But since this channel isn't about politics, I want to focus on one video specifically, in which John declares that we are on the brink of the apocalypse. Yikes. Since we got nothing better to do during these quarantine times, let's take a look, shall we?
Today's question comes from Mary Carey. She says, Dear John the Revelator, COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus, has caused many people in America to get sick. Schools have been canceled, businesses have been shut down, the economy is suffering. Is COVID-19 a sign that the end of the world has come? And now to answer that question, we turn to John, who is being interviewed by Joshua in our studio location.
So right off the bat, a mangy Pooh Bear reads us the question of the day. Curiously, it's only the first episode and they somehow already got all the questions planned out, which seems a little suspicious. But only real people are named Mary Carey, so seems legit? We're also introduced to John and Neil deGrasse Tyson, whose real name is Joshua, kinda lame. They briefly explained that John has been wandering the earth for a few thousand years, waiting for Jesus' return.
To begin, you claim that you are the Apostle John, who wrote the book of Revelations. But John lived 2,000 years ago, so how can you still be alive? It says in the Bible that John will roam the earth until Jesus returns again. Does that mean that you cannot die? Oh no, I can die. I just haven't yet, because I've been preserved to prepare the people for the return of Jesus Christ and to communicate the will of God to mankind. Then tell us, as a messenger of God, is the coronavirus a sign that the end of the world has come? Before I answer that, you must understand that in the last 2,000 years, many plagues have affected mankind. In the 80s, humans were threatened by AIDS. In the late 1800s, tuberculosis killed 1 out of every 7 people in the United States. In the 1300s, the Black Plague decimated 60% of the European population. During all of these times, many people said that the end of the world had come. Yet, humanity recovered and moved on.
Sometimes I feel we shouldn't have.
So, is the coronavirus just another plague that will come and go? COVID-19 is different from those other plagues. Why? Because this virus is, indeed, a sign that the end of the world has come. What makes this disease different from the others? This plague is clustered with other signs, such as, in the last 6 years, climate change has become a great concern to the future of mankind. Same-sex marriage has been legalized and has created great changes in the way people practice religion and worship God. Monopolies pose a threat to trade, and new forms of censorship are preventing people from sharing their ideas about God and religion. Indeed, the true threat of COVID-19 does not lie in the virus alone, but the timing in which this disease enters the stage of mankind.
I agree with the whole climate change thing. Obviously, we should save the earth. But I seriously doubt that corporations and having the big gay are signs of the apocalypse. What, do you really think James Charles was the Antichrist? He and the sisters are going to bring down an iron fist. He'll take over the world. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Now, many other preachers disagree with you. They declare good things in the future. They say that too many other signs of the end times have not yet occurred. I do declare that those preachers have a lying spirit, and they cannot discern the time nor the season. Can you explain to us why your prophecies of the future are different from theirs? Are you familiar with the book of Ecclesiastes? Of course. It says, "To everything there is a season, a time to gather and a time to separate." Because of new technologies that have changed the way people communicate, in particular the rise of the internet and cell phones, the world has been gathering in unprecedented ways. Unions that were once taboo have now become commonplace. But these signs that have occurred in the last 6 years suggest that the time to gather has come to an end. And COVID-19 is a message from God that the time to separate is upon us. What do you mean, a message from God? The difference between clean and unclean is a major theme in the Bible. From rules regarding leprosy and other illnesses to regulations concerning the proper way to handle blood, these laws were created to teach the Hebrews about times and seasons, when gathering is appropriate, when quarantine is justified, and when separation is required. But those laws are in the Old Testament. In America, we don't follow that legal system. And so, God is communicating his message to mankind in a way that you will understand. By sending us a plague, a natural way to separate people one from another. And this to communicate to mankind that the time for separation has come.
Okay, boomer. Is that still a thing? Guys, am I hip now? Also, good job on spelling quarantine. That's A forever. Real proud of you. Real proud of you.
Indeed, Jesus Christ himself said, "In the last days, the Son of Man will gather all nations, and he will separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides the sheep from the goats." With new recommendations, such as social distancing, COVID-19 is the beginning of this separation. Is this virus going to get worse? In the Bible, God says, "If I send a pestilence among my people, and if my people turn from their wicked ways, then I will heal their land."
Don't tell me all this was just because the scripture had the word separate. Was quarantine getting to John's head?
So the outcome of the disease depends on our behavior. COVID-19 is a sign that the final days have come upon us. But it's not mentioned specifically in the book of Revelations, meaning this is a wake-up call. And many more signs will follow in the next few years. What kind of signs? There will be great earthquakes and famines, and a turmoil among nations as was never seen in the history of man. And the anticipated Antichrist will reveal his face.
Whoa there, damn, that escalated quickly. I also, I love the expression he makes. It's kind of funny, but like, Jesus Christ. The Antichrist? That's, damn.
Indeed, I, John the Revelator, declare that this generation shall not pass away until all of the words of the prophets concerning the end times will be fulfilled. You mean the words of your book? So, was your vision of the end a vision of our time? That is why I have come to the United States at this time. My mission is to explain what's going on in this book and to warn the people of this nation that unless serious changes are made to the legal and social structure of this country, the United States will collapse.
Holy shit, it just keeps getting more passive aggressive. Is John the Apostle planning a coup? Is he gonna go to Israel and reclaim the Holy Lands? Gonna revive the Crusades? Jeez. The video continues on for a minute saying that the law of Moses shall return and to prepare for Jesus, you know, all that jazz. The thing that absolutely tickles my pickle about this is that it's obviously marketed toward children. Imagine a kid who's already confused about current events, stumbles upon this, and is fed all this misinformation. It's kind of disgusting. Thankfully, the video doesn't have too many views yet. I found the channel by random, so it's already pretty weird. And the weirder part is that in another video, they try to justify slavery? Not only that, but I think they might be homophobic. I don't know, just a hunch. Again, this channel isn't political. I could care less if you like the same gender, if you hate people who like the same gender. Unless you kiss me goodnight, then in that case, you can have my heart. But if you're a girl, stay the fuck away. But anyway, if you somewhat enjoy the video, you could always like, subscribe, or don't. Do whatever you want.
I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street,
yeah, that's the video, I guess. Subscribe for more Family Guy funnies.
Sermon, an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is